I forgive myself because I forgive myself. Those are heavy words to say considering the journey is taken to come up to this point. But I realized over the years that YouTube has been something that I've always wanted to do. This might sound heavy than it is. As one may say, well, it's just YouTube. And while that's true, this same lesson applies to other areas in life. I forgive myself for trying to be perfect. I forgive myself for chasing perfectionism and ditching my passion. This goes for everyone that's out there who is in my same position, that just wants to film a video, just wants to put content out there and have this monkey on their back telling them, "Oh, you're not good enough, no one wants to hear what you have to say, you're not smart enough, or you look awkward on camera. You know, these are all thoughts that have come to my head and have stopped me from just putting videos out there. I know I have a lot of great ideas, a lot of ideas that came to my mind, and a lot of ideas that faded away. And who knows where I would have been if I put even 10 of those videos out. You never know how your passion or what you believe in comes around to reward you. And so I forgive myself for all the times that I've told myself that you're not good enough, or told myself that that video isn't good enough, or even simply forgiving myself for being lazy, you know? And that has been something that has stopped me. Procrastination, as they say, is the killer of dreams, And so this video is a video that I didn't plan out. I didn't plan out at all because I noticed that um, that's the whole point of the video, is just starting. And so the biggest thing I did with this video is to not put any plan together. Um, I would like to forgive myself for everything not associated to YouTube at all, like past mistakes, whether in relationships, whether in school, anything where I deemed myself a failure in and want to sort of go back and change things. That's not how life works. If any of y'all believe in any maker, the maker forgives and life moves on. It's kind of the it's embedded in the chemistry of the universe, I guess. Things move on. So you have to forgive yourself, forgive the past self in order to let your future self come alive, come into fruition. So I forgive myself for all the heavy mistakes that maybe will not be discussed on camera that I may have done in the past, because we're not perfect human beings. And the whole point is to let you express yourself and talk and react and do. That's the whole point of creation. And so if you keep creation in you, then is it really a creation? Creation has to be put out there in some form, whether by speaking, whether by writing, by any form. And so I'm speaking to my audience right now that I don't know if it's still alive after all these days, but I pray you guys come back. And this is an encouragement for everyone in my situation. We can grow this year together. We can go above all heights and figure out this journey. And I'll be very, very pleased to take y'all along with me. Um, but that's all I have to say on that. It took a lot of reflection, a lot of just do it. Shout out Nike. But I'll move on to stuff you can expect from this channel. Um, Sports and gym content, because I'm big on taking care of your body. I love sweating. I love being active. Um, Stuff related to career. It's like as a graduate student, stuff like that, or just anyone around my age. This is a very awkward stage in life. For those of y'all that don't know, I'm 25 years old, you know, um, and trying to figure out like where to move can be a hassle. Like, man, I don't have a job right now. Is a relationship okay or good right now? Oh man, like all my mates are doing this, my mates are getting married. You start this whole comparison thing. Comparisons are thief of joy, you know. So I'll be bringing content, as you can tell, that's a bit more reflective than just everyday content, you know, a bit more deeper content. But this content will be, like I said, gym content, reflection, and like things about maybe wisdom and like self improvement. So self improvement as a whole, whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, whether it's financially or spiritually. Um, and then we're gonna have content on that are funny. We're gonna react to some videos, anything entertaining. You know, could be music, could be skits, could be sports. Big fan of soccer, big fan of basketball, NBA, WWE, all of that, and also fashion. So expect fashion content. Expect some get ready with me to go to the gym, and expect things of that nature. Um, expect some maybe in real life like basketball content, like playing against my friends or brothers, just everyday content of living life. The whole goal of this year is just to live life and do things and pray and believe in the best, you know. Things can't come out of doing. You can have all these dreams, all you want in your heart. If you're not putting it out there, how is it going to come to fruition? No, it's not going to come alive unless you put it out there. You know, as I always say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Um, you know, all these quotes on like doing. And one of my favorite people talked about failure is Kobe Bryant. You know, he talked about how failure is not real. Like it's not real, it's not really a thing. Because at the end of the day, let's he explained it in such a fabulous way. I'm not Kobe Bryant by any means, but I'll try to explain it from in my own words. But basically, if you are working on something, failure it only failure is just means you're closer to achieving whatever you're trying to achieve. Basically, consider you had a coin, right? You had a coin and you had to flip it. And I don't think Kobe didn't talk about this, but this is how I'll explain. If you had a coin to flip and the coin had two sides, heads and tails, but instead of heads and tails is you succeed, right? Your life changes, you achieve your craziest of dreams, right? And on the other side, your life stays the same. If you had to flip that coin, right? Everyone will take that opportunity. So in times where you're doubtful, like I've been, and I still deal with it a lot, you know, and I'm taking steps forward into breaking that, that habit. Consider that coin. When you're saying no, when you're saying, okay, I won't film that video, okay, I won't learn how to play that instrument, or whatever you're trying to achieve, you're basically saying, I'm not going to flip that coin for a chance for everything to change to match my dream, and become reality. So I don't know if y'all can hear. There's a lot of noise back there, but from downstairs. But my point is, it may not be as straightforward as a coin because you actually have to put the work. But denying to do anything and put anything out there is shutting the doors, all the doors closed. You never know what's out there, and that's the point of this video. So I have my computer right here. I am going to be filming and editing with my computer. I literally have no excuse. I have no excuse. Um, we spend our lives caring about what are they gonna say, or they're gonna laugh at me, they're gonna do this. People do what they do regardless. The biggest, most famous people get the most criticism. I mean, Jesus was killed, and everyone, like not everyone, but he was hated by a lot of people. A perfect man like him, So the whole point is people are gonna talk regardless. So saying I am going to close the door and something amazing and there's one life that we get, because of what someone else has to say when they're gonna say something regardless. I think me and you can both agree, and everyone watching, that it's crazy. It's an insane concept, but that's how we as humans we just operate. We care about what people have to say, and the moment we realize that what they have to say doesn't matter, and we just take the steps like I'm doing right now with this video, that's the moment things change. And so I forgive myself, and you should too, and start making your dream a reality today. If not today, start thinking and planning towards it today at the very least, because we only get one life and we should all enjoy it and we should all make the best out of it. And so I wish you guys the best in 2026. We're currently in March, and I have goals for the end of this year. And I hope, please stay with me on this journey. Let's see where we go together. Thank you. And yeah, peace out. Peace.